you have the evidence to show, like, I'm not new to this, I'm true to this. All right, hello and welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for being here today. If what I talk about resonates, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because over here we talk about transformation, mindset mastery, and getting the fulfillment in your life. If you're ready to live a rich on purpose, talking about mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially, then please make sure you subscribe, because over here we are building our desired life brick by brick. No white bricks, all gold bricks. All right, so today I wanted to talk to you about how I published both of my kids' books last year. Well, one was 2025 and one was December 2024. All right, so if you're new here, my name is Spivey J, and I homeschool our children. I want to talk about specifically the first book that I published for my oldest, and how that was the precursor for me on building self-trust and self-confidence and catapulting the next thing that I did, which was my first successful 100-day challenge. So in 2023, we had met another homeschool family, and their child had successfully published a book. Now, their children are the same age as our children. What I really enjoy is meeting impressive people. That's what I'm trying to say. I enjoy meeting people who don't live by the status quo and choose to go their own lane. And I'm very, like, I don't know how this is going to sound, but I'm proud to have raised children that also appreciate that as well. But instead of being triggered and it resulting in some type of like jealousy or envy, it is more so inspiring. So essentially, another homeschool kid published a book. Immediately when my daughter said, she said, I want to publish a book. And I was like, what would you name the book? She said, Happy New Year. I was like, okay, cool. I knew she wanted to write the book. And so I started these, like, we went to the coffee shop and had our book meeting, and I have it dated, and it was all cute, but I never executed. I just had her doing the busy work to write a book. No, I won't call it the busy work. I just had her doing the work of writing the book, but the part that I was responsible for, I let it sit. And I let it sit, and I let it sit. Didn't publish it, just sat on it. Mostly because I was struggling with my own mindset, and I didn't even go and research how to publish a book. It's like, well, she wrote it, she wrote her story, she wrote her book, but I didn't even take it upon myself to show my oldest that I'm also invested in her dream as well. Until I was challenged, and I was giving a 2.5 week deadline to have her book published on her birthday. And I don't know about you, but challenges work for me. I don't know if it's like part ego, part Leo, part whatever. I am going to, like, if I am challenged, the reason I don't even compete in a lot of stuff is because I'm very competitive and kind of low-key a sore loser. Like, I don't like to lose, I want to win. So anyways, this worked for me. So I was challenged. I got the insight from this individual on how to do it. I went to YouTube University, and I was signing up for free trials on everything, because you don't know if you're going to need these things long term. So Canva, what else did I use? Everything how I generated the book cover. I was using AI to help me, like, understand the process and filter through a lot of the noise that's written online, because either people are showing you the basics on how to publish and then charging you for, like, the rest of the way. So I was trying to do it as low cost, aka free, as close to free, a 99, as I could get it. And so anyways, so I succeeded. I got it finished in the 2.5 week deadline, which was the day before my oldest birthday, which I know that sounds like last minute procrastination, but I've talked about procrastination on this channel. However, I am not immune to it. I am still growing and developing that skill set to not procrastinate. Anyways, that process on getting something done that I had been sitting on my hand has so many benefits. So I'm going to talk about how it benefited me after I say this, which I think is very important. As a mom, if you have a girl specifically, I feel like the daughter is an extension of us. I don't know how to explain this. And so I'm sitting here telling you, you can do and be anything in this world. But to have that experience at such a young age, I'm talking about like 8 years old, to see like something I said, I did, and my mom brought it home for me. Because on the publishing side of writing a book, like your kid can write a book, but as an adult, like you have to go do that footwork for the most part. It's all online, and so that's the role that I played. I published, I edited, I made sure it all made sense. Like, she was literally learning how to write stories during the same time period. So it was like, we're learning, we're doing. My oldest is able to catch on really fast. My oldest was learning how to write stories at the same time that the story writing was occurring, the book. So it was very interesting. Thankfully, my oldest is a fast learner. At the same time, I saw the sparkle in her eye, and I had a question. I talked to her about it, and I was like, how do you feel to have had this thought for this good, and it's a good story, and now the world has access to it, and you see people purchasing it, and you're selling it? She said confidently, but it was something on the lines of, this is what I do. And I'm just like, did I raise you? Because absolutely, confidence, instilling confidence at an early age is so important. It doesn't matter the kid. It doesn't matter the personality of the kid. I don't care what type of child you have. Instilling confidence in them is one thing, but actually showing them the manifestation, the fruition, the bringing something to life that was their thought, it's a level of confidence that can't be prescribed. You can't go and take a pill for this level of confidence. Like, she literally did that with the help of me, of course, on the adult stuff side of it. But like, she did that. This was her thought. Someone inspired her, immediately knew the name of the book. That's the name of the book now. And she went all in, and I couldn't be more proud. But I don't sit on the I'm a proud parent mountain. I sit on, are you proud of yourself mountain. I sit on, are you confident in yourself? That's the mountain I sit on. So on the day that I published it, I was literally laying down. I was laying on the floor. Anyways, that doesn't matter. And I started crying. And it was emotional for me because that was the first time in 4 or 5 years that I had done something that I was uncomfortable doing. I had challenged myself and I got something done. And like I said in other videos, if you're new here, I tried the 100-day challenge 4 times before I finally succeeded on the 5th time. And for me, the 100-day challenge was doing things that's related to weight loss. My 100-day challenge was specifically for me to lose weight. So since I had failed those 4 times and just had all of this, I won't say chaos, but just chaos going on in my life, I hadn't in such a long time felt the sense of completion and had anything to pour into my own self-confidence. And that was the catalyst, the precursor to me getting to my first successful 100-day challenge, which was my 5th try, which I started right after I published my oldest book. Now, a lot of people are impressed and they think, oh, that's cool, your child wrote a book. And I'm really like, I don't know why I feel the need to drive down like, no, she actually wrote this book, because I personally love it. I think it's a really good book and whatnot, but it really instilled confidence in her, but it restored confidence to me in every way. And I'm so grateful to that moment. I'm so grateful for her having the courage to do something, being inspired, not envious, inspired by someone who's also the same age, who've done something that was so commendable. And I'm proud of all the kids that go out and seek to make their dreams come true, and even more proud of the parents that help them along the way. It's a team effort. I know a lot of people talk about like generational wealth, but I think it expands beyond just monetary, like confidence and that thing that's going to take you beyond willpower. That mindset, they call it a growth mindset. You start instilling those things when they're young. Now, when you're an adult, of course, it's never too late to develop the personal development skills necessary to have a growth mindset and to be confident. And people talk about confidence like, oh, I'm confident just because I fly in this picture. No, it's like you have the evidence to show I know what I'm talking about. You have the evidence to show like I'm not new to this, I'm true to this. Or you have the evidence to show that it may be something new and I'm going to try. For example, me posting videos every day here on YouTube. I don't know what I'm doing and I run out of I don't know what I'm doing and I'm running out of storage like every day. Like right now, some kids playing soccer, whatever. I chose to kind of record my video later in the day, so I have to change because the weather's changing and there's more things going on. But nonetheless, like having that confidence to just show up for yourself, to just try something new is essential. And if you don't have children, this is for you. And if you do have children, this is for y'all, because it doesn't stop just because you become an adult. As a matter of fact, you probably need it more because you have more experience probably putting yourself down, or other people putting you down, and you accepting that they are in control of you, when in reality you should be leading the thoughts about yourself. You should be the author of your own story. But hey, nobody's perfect. That's why we're all here, to personally develop our interpersonal skills, and so that we can grow and just live a more like I just want to have fun. Like let's get some joy. But if you're insecure or you haven't done something in a long time, this is your sign to do something, to try something new. This is your sign to be inspired by someone else. Okay, like she was 6 then. 6, inspired at 6, got it done at 7, turning 8. Be inspired by someone to try something new. Does it have to look exactly like theirs? Absolutely not. I encourage you to put some of your sauce on it, put some of your swag on it, because that's what makes you unique. But try something new. If you're online chronically looking at other people's lines and you feel this, I know a lot of people are hesitant to talk about jealousy and envy, but there is a feeling, an emotion where it's like, man, I could be doing that, or why I gotta be them? Whatever the emotion is, let's redirect that energy and let's try something new. If you never went out for a job, say your dream job, how would you even know, for one, if it's your dream job or not? But how would you know if you're capable of being successful in that position if you don't even apply? Closed mouths don't get fed. That's not a popular and probably overused, but I don't think it's overused because it's really necessary, but it's a popular saying for a reason. Closed mouths don't get fed. So if you're ready to you have to speak up for yourself through action. It doesn't mean going online and declaring, I'm going to change my life. No, this is for you internally. Speak up for what it is you want to try by doing it, by taking action, by going to find the information. We live in one of the most resource available times ever. Okay, there has never been a time in the history of mankind, and I can say that confidently, where information was not easy to gather as it is today, right here, right now in 2026. Never, ever. So what you gonna do with that? You're right now looking at this online. So if most information is online, get to it. If you have access to a local library, especially if you live in the United States where our libraries are free, you don't have to buy anything. Let's get to the library if you have the ability to. Let's get into the information necessary so that you can accomplish the things you want to try. Not just thinking about it, not just looking at other people, not just being inspired, but doing. The confidence usually comes after. But when I say the confidence you need to try, I'm more so talking about like the spark. You know what? Let me see. And most importantly, see it through. I have a history of not seeing my great ideas through, or quitting them too quickly. More so for me, it's more so quitting them too fast. and not diving deep in the fact that I have to go deep before I can go wide. And so I have the history of quitting on my own, like, projects and stuff like that. So in order for me to reel that back in, that part of my personality back in, I'm just going deep with like one thing instead of wide. Go deep with that one thing. Try it out for a long period of time. Get you some staying power. Get you your confidence. But anyways, so that was the precursor to me being successful with my first 100-day challenge. And it may seem small, but just having those small, actually that wasn't small. Nothing was small about that. But I'm saying, well, now that I'm on the other side, it's small because I'm like, it wasn't even that difficult. You just need the knowledge and then you need to execute. That's why I'm saying small. But if you can get you some wins and truly like reflect on those wins, the small wins will add up to the big wins. But I think if you're lacking self-confidence, or you're in an area right now where you haven't had a win in a long time for yourself, not for like anything external, not like, this is for you. Okay, so if you haven't had a win recently in the last couple years and you're feeling down and you're feeling like, well, what can I do? Get you a small win, and you need to get you a small win sooner than later. Don't push it off to the summertime, the springtime, just because it's cold outside and insert whatever excuse you have. Get you a small win sooner than later. 2.5 weeks. It was legit like 15 days. No, it was like, it was like 20 days, almost 3 weeks. I had 20 days to get something done. And I was probably at the time more like taken aback that I would get challenged like that. Like, oh no, you didn't. Like, you don't know who you talking about. Whatever it is you need to access it so you can get you a small win sooner than later. And for me, I think that is like a boost. Like when you play video games and you get like boosters, I think that's a boost. And you need that boost to get you to the next level and the next level. But start small. I think you should get you a win ASAP. Get you a win ASAP. Don't put it off too long. I think that is a great way to build your confidence. That's a great way to restore your confidence. And it's a great way for you to start developing the CVS length receipt. The CVS length receipt you need in order to get to your dream life. So think about these as little steps and stepping stones for one another. Don't think that if something isn't so big to other people that it's not important to you. This is a personal living rich on purpose life. This is for your mental, spiritual, physical, and financial elevation. Okay, these are your bricks that you're building to get to that desired life. No one else's. So anyways, I hope I didn't ramble too much. I have taught someone else how to publish a book. Oh, and my oldest inspired my youngest, and their birthdays are 7 months apart. So my youngest wrote his book, published before his birthday. We had a great turnout for his birthday. It was a birthday/book release party, and I started my publishing company from it. And it's not something you just fall into. It's something that I think you have to enjoy. It sounds cool, like, I'm gonna just sell these books. And no, it sounds cool. A lot of people like, oh, sell these books so you can make money online. But I believe in creating quality work. I believe that a lot of us, Black Americans specifically, should tell our stories more often from our own creativity, whether it's fiction, from our own lived experiences versus other people speaking for us. And so I really, really encourage, and this is not just, I'm not saying just because you Black American, you should publish a book. I personally think everyone should, but this is what I got from my experience. And like, for example, my daughter, her book ties in my husband's hometown. It is about his hometown, which is the Virgin Islands. And so like, that's not Black American, but it's just the Black experience wherever you are in. I think we should tell more of our stories. And my son's book is a STEM book. It's a fictional sci-fi book. And it came all from his brain. I mean, yes. So if you are looking to nurture the inner child in you and to get some of those things off your list that you've been sitting on your hand for a long time, I highly suggest getting a small win sooner than later, setting a super strict deadline. Don't be easy on yourself. Don't give yourself all this time. There's some power in there's power in tight deadlines. Why I've been procrastinating. So wherever you are in life, and this is not age specific. It's only 8-year-olds are not the only ones that can write books. 8 and 5-year-olds, 6, however old they were, they're not the only ones that can write books. They're not the only ones that can have their dreams come true. You can be 8, you can be 88. It doesn't matter. Just start getting more wins, small wins. Crunch the timeline. Don't give yourself all this time to fail yourself again. That way you can build your confidence and start getting to the life that you've so desired, so that you can achieve whatever it is you're after, so that you can achieve whatever it is that you're specifically after. Not sure if I said this, but it was also beneficial because that sparked my youngest to write his book, and he even dedicated it to his sister because she's the one who inspired him to write a book. And these are their ideas. Honestly, at this point, I'm just background noise. I'm just background noise. I don't feed them. I ask questions and they tell me. And I think that also helps to grow articulate children that can communicate their truth without shame, without feeling a need to make it about me, because neither of their books are dedicated to me. It's dedicated to who they wanted it to be dedicated to. And I love that for them, because to be honest, I think the jerk reaction would be like, oh, you want to put a dedication to me? It's not about me. It's about their thoughts. And it wasn't malicious. It was their honest truth. And I think that is so many aspects and things you can pour into your children to ensure to instill that growth mindset in them. You want them to build resilience. You want them to struggle. We were vending. They were selling their books. They got a lot of no's. They figured out who their top customer, who's going to 9 to 10 times out of 10 purchase from them. I'm sorry, but it's the older black ladies. They always gonna hold it down. They going to support. They will give you. If they came for honey and they see that honey gonna wait. So I truly appreciate this experience. It's not just them writing books, but now we're on an entire entrepreneur journey as a family. At first, I built the business based on children's products, but for them to now want to do their own business and for us to pour into it, also, it's not really surprising because everyone's around them has some type of business and they've been a part of it, not just sitting on the sideline. And so it's not like I'm surprised that they are interested in entrepreneurship. I'm impressed, but also we're going to teach the foundational skills and mindset. And also, to be honest, just like in homeschool, I'm learning as well, because I don't remember a lot of this stuff. I do not remember a lot of this stuff, and that's okay. I'm here to learn and experience with them just as much as I did before them, and I will continue to do. And that's the beautiful thing about having an open mind. You can learn from anyone in any place, whether that's the thing you want to do, the thing you don't want to do. Whatever the case is, I suggest you have this interest in deep interest in learning and being open to learning. But yeah, so I'm really going to challenge you to try something new. Something that has continued to give you clue after clue of what it is you should do. So what is that going to be? How long are you giving yourself? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. All right. Thank you so much for being here with me today. My name is the Spivey J, and I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful, marvelous day wherever you are. Stay warm, stay safe. Make sure you give yourself a little bit of grace. All right, peace.
You're beautiful. I hope you know that. I hope you know